Hi guys, Keith Arkenberg Farms. It is last week, May 2021, and it has literally rained almost solid for almost 3 weeks now. It has not rained today, which is the first time it has not rained in quite some time. Needless to say, as you can see around me, the grass is getting out of control, and it's really getting out of control in here. So I'm going to show you this little trick I've got to where I'm going to save a crop by destroying it. So let me show you. So here is what I wanted to show you. This is what the problem is. All of this stuff is crabgrass, and it is everywhere. That's a carrot. That's a carrot. There's some more carrots. There's more grass, more grass, more grass. This whole crop is not going to make it, because even if I try to wire weed it, it's going to get completely overtaken by the grass in here. We can come out here we can just look over here. This is what happens when it rains this much continuously. And this spinach. The spinach is large enough to where it shouldn't be a problem, to where we can wire weed and get this extra grass out of here. Coming down further, where this hasn't even been planted in yet, and it's just filled. I mean, just everywhere. Same thing over here. Might be able to take care of this with wire weeding. I don't know. We'll have to kind of see. It's getting a little hairy. Basically, the biggest problem is we can't do any cultivation when it rains constantly like this. I mean, even in the existing carrots, I mean, it's just everywhere. But when it rains for 3 weeks, and this is 3 weeks worth of growth here, that's 3 weeks right there, you just cannot do anything. I mean, it's relatively shallow rooted, so it'll be easy to cultivate out with a wire weeder. But over on this bed of carrots that was just planted, we're just going to torch it. I'm going to get out the flame weeder. This bed's already perfectly set up all the way up and down. I got compost in it all the way. Carrots just germinated. So what I'm going to do is flame weed it. I'll burn off all the grass. Unfortunately, it'll also burn off the carrots. Now, like I said, I was going to save a crop. In all actuality, I'm not going to save this crop. I'm going to save this bed and then be able to plant carrots in it again. So I'm going to go get the wire weeder, or not the wire weeder, the flame weeder out, and we're going to burn this off. And then I'll start moving buckets of compost and get a nice little film of compost over the top, and then I'll put my carrots back in it. So, time to get started on it. I'll go get the flame weeder. So, I got the flame weeder out, got my backpack, my tank, got my homemade flame weeder. I think I showed you how I made this in one of these videos. But again, the idea behind this is I'm basically just, in a way, still seed bedding this bed. It's popped out everything on the surface. So now I'm going to get rid of it and then reseed. And in that process, I'm going to do as little disturbance as possible, because if I do, I'm going to bring more grass seed back up to the surface, and I'll just end up repeating the cycle over and over and over again. It's very common out here. It happens to me every year. I don't know where this crabgrass comes from, but it is prolific out here. I don't know why or how or what. And that's why we grow in so much protective cover out here in the landscape fabric, as you can see behind me with all the lettuce in it. Otherwise, it'd be completely inundated. And it's especially difficult this time of year with the direct seeded crops. What I think I need to start doing here, like maybe next season, is going through and just planting all of my carrots out in a single block, and then just storing them and selling them as we need them. instead of trying to rely on fresh carrots with a nice beautiful green top that everybody just wants to buy at the market, we'll just have to have carrots without tops sold in a bag. Same carrot, same delicious flavor. They hold great in the fridge anyways. And needless to say, it'll be a lot easier if we don't have this happen, because with this, I will get carrots out of it. It'll be 100% full of grass, but by the time I get the carrots out of it, the grass is going to come up and it's going to shoot seed, so there's going to be even more seed. So the cycle is going to get worse and worse and worse. Like with the carrots over further, where they're already, you know, well, they're bigger than that. I don't have two hands to show you, but they're, I don't know, a foot tall. We should have carrots in hopefully 3 weeks. That's not going to be enough time for that grass to shoot seed. It's going to be right on the edge, but it's not going to be enough. So we should be able to harvest those out and then tarp it before the grass has a chance to go to seed, and thus killing the cycle of seed on that plot. That's what I'm hoping. So the theory is. But for now, we're going to flame this off and get to starting to turn it. Well, not turn it. Compost and replant it. Let me show you. So I just want to show you what I'm doing. I'm not actually burning them. I'm use a handheld torch here, but you see how the color changes? It goes to darker green. I'm actually burning the waxy coating off of them, allowing them to desiccate very quickly. So I'm not physically burning the weeds away. I'm actually just wilting them. See how they start to change and kind of curl, but they're not burning? That's all the more you need to kill these little guys. These bigger ones are right on the edge of if they'll die or not. But then if you come over to something like this, that's too well established. Even with a flame weeder, I can burn that thing, it's going to come right back up. This is all the bigger they can possibly get. Ideally, you want them at this younger stage right here. Okay, now down to my dwindling compost pile here, which I did find a way to source this locally, so I don't have to wait as long to get it, order it in a big truck. I can just go get a truckload if I need it. Gonna do a 5-gallon bucket for every 10 foot of bed. Hopefully that'll give me enough coverage. I'm looking for at least a 1/4 inch. Basically, I just don't want to see the dirt. I want to kind of change the color of it all, and I'll direct seed directly into that. Because like I said earlier, that whole bed over there on the other side of the mustard greens that are growing wild has already been fertilized, prepped, mineralized, the whole 9 yards. It just filled up with grass. So we just torched it, and now we're going to cover it and we're going to plant into it, which will basically be a fresh, stale seed bed by way of flame. Now I'm going to use my retractable tine rake. I got it set at about half a bed width, and I'm going to go along and just spread it. I'm not trying to really work it too much. I'm just trying to get it to cover the bed all the way across. Now, with a nice level covered seed bed, I'm gonna go get the jang and I'm gonna make my usual passes, get the carrots planted. Okay, so the final step is, now that I got everything planted out, is right here at the start of the row, I put some beet seeds and then some radish seeds. That way I know when my carrots are getting ready to pop. The radishes will come first. They'll tell me when the beets are gonna pop. So if I was planting beets next, I'd flame it after the radishes come up. Next, the beets will pop. So I know when the carrots are going to come up because the beets popped. When the beets popped, I'll flame the row. And that way I make sure I have no new weeds or any that didn't get killed the first time around germinating before the carrots come up. Hopefully that'll give the carrots a perfectly stale burned seed bed to come up. So the beets down at the end are my indicator of when to flame this bed. That way I know that the carrots are getting ready to come up within the next day or two. So I have to watch that and pay attention very closely, because if I miss it by literally like a day, it doesn't work and I missed my flaming altogether. Okay, so I got this recorded ahead of time. I had something else to push out last week. It's been 9 days since I burned this and replanted it. And as you can see right here, you kind of see little lines going down. Let me turn you around and show you real quick. So there we go. We got carrots germinated, and on top of that, there's not any grass really coming up. I see one little blade right there, and another one on the edge here. But just scanning around, that is nothing compared to what we had before. Nothing at all. And we got good germination all the way down the bed. So, hope you all like what you saw today. Thought it was useful. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank y'all. Have a good day. And if you want to learn more, go over to our farm page at arkbergfarms.com, scroll down to the bottom, check out digital tools and training, and check out all the different stuff I have out there. We have spreadsheets and a bunch of other exclusive videos, so check it out today. Thank y'all.